Hey y'all. All right. Lots of times, a lot of these videos, they just come to me, and just take up the idea and the inspiration for them is like right there. So, um, oh, Happy New Year. Hope you had a fantastic Christmas. And, um, oop, let's turn this way. Yes, there we go. That's better. Okay, get the sun out of your all's eyes. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. I tremendously appreciate all of that. You just don't know how much I appreciate it. We're now over 1,460 something subscribers. I mean, it's crazy. I can't, when I launched this channel, I was like, man, if I get 500, that's going to be a big thing, and then I got 500, and then before I knew it, I had 1,000. So, okay. Anyway, oh, sorry. Anyway, I want to talk to you all today about your money. Okay, this is not an investment scheme or something like that. Okay, so don't click off. But a lot of us being car guys and we like tools and cars and car parts and stuff like that. We often get gift cards for Christmas, and now's the time people are thinking about spending those gift cards. I'm right there with you. Or some people get money, and I'm right there with you too. But what we really need to be doing is we need to be thinking about where to spend our money, where to get the best bang for our buck. Okay? Let me show you. Let me give you an example. Lights. Now, when you're working on a vehicle, sorry, again, when you're working on a vehicle, something like this is extremely handy. As you can see, it doesn't work. The name may say it all right there. Okay? I'm not throwing off on Harbor Freight because, this was a good light for like about 6 months. But problem is that it stopped working. It stopped working many times. I've had it replaced like 3 or 4 times. So you got to think to yourself, wait a minute. I'm driving to a store and getting this item replaced. Okay, I'm getting this replaced 3 or 4 different times, and this is becoming quite a common occurrence. So that leads me to the next thing. When we're working on vehicles, we often need light. I use them out here a lot just for recording these videos. But when we do need the light, it's highly important. So, what should we do? Should we just give up? Maybe go back to some sort of handheld batteries, or handheld flashlights, the old school metal ones, powered by the D cell batteries and barely bright enough to light up anything. Okay, no. All right. Here's what you do. All right. Now, I know this is a little more expensive. Matter of fact, it's considerably more expensive. But think about this for just a minute. Like I said about that Harbor Freight light, 3 or 4 trips to the store, there and back. Now, for me, that's about almost 20 miles. So you figure that's 20 miles worth of gas burned up one way. Okay, not not 10 miles. 20 miles there, 20 miles back. Now, I'm not going to bash on Harbor Freight because they sell these, kind of lights. I don't think they sell this particular brand, but they sell something like this. They sell a lot of great stuff. Okay? I'm not sponsored by anybody, by the way. But let's just face it. If you're going to go into a place and do some work that is in an environment that is very hostile, basically it's hot, nasty, sweaty, get your hands cut up, greasy, filthy, a lot of stuff in there where you don't really want to be, then you need something like this. Something like this. This is your friend. Okay? This is one of the best friends you're going to have under a car. Oh, by the way, I charged this thing up like 5, 6 days ago. So, here lately, we've had a very disastrous cold snap. Show you this little feature here. This turns around there, so that's kind of nice. It's got the little magnet, got the little clip here. But yeah, we had a really disastrous cold snap. Froze up my pipes, and I thought I got away clean and there was no breakage. Boy, was I wrong. I didn't find out about this until like 3 or 4 days later. I had a water leak. Yeah, and it was a good one too. Cracked a little PVC elbow, water came gushing out. I was like, oh no, crap. Just so you know, there's a lot of homes where doing that is like, oh, okay. You go downstairs, you go into your basement, you're there working, you're standing up, you're like, oh, okay. This sucks, but could be worse. Not for me. I'm in a little gap. Let me give you an example. You see this window opening on this Barracuda here? You see how big that is? Okay, I don't have this much space from here to here. I don't have that crawling into my house. I have maybe half, yeah, or maybe 3/4 of this window I have. Maybe, okay, so we'll say maybe right there. Okay, so yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. So, as you can imagine, not something I look forward to. I don't like working on houses, period. But when I do, I want to get in there, I want to do the job, I want to get it done, I want to get over it and move on. I've got way too much to be doing to be screwing around with a light that won't work or a light that I have to constantly replace. Several months ago, I went and bought this thing. Haven't regretted it, not once. I think it was like close to $60. Now here's the thing about lights. See how dirty it is? Spider web hanging off of it there and everything. Okay. The thing about lights is lots of times they get beat up. Okay. You don't want to beat them up, but sometimes it's just unavoidable. Because you knock into them, you bump into them, they fall off, they hit the ground. That light, that Braun, that light from Harbor Freight, that only happened a few times and then it was over with. Okay. Now, got another one here. This one. Yeah. So, this one I've owned for maybe 8 months now. So, yeah. You can see these are some of my faves. They're small enough I can take with me anywhere. Oh, and so LED, I know I sound like a commercial or something, some sort of infomercial, but this is real world, okay? I was so impressed I even stepped up and I bought this big one right here. And I'm not trying to show off, but this is a lot of light. Okay, so I can hook this on the hood of a vehicle like so. Sorry about that. Hook it on a vehicle like this. It's suspended there. It's not going to fall down. There's no goofy magnets or nothing to worry about. As you can see, tremendous light in here now. This is lit up. These can turn right there. These are made and sold. These are the Blue Ion brand. They're sold by Cornwell Tools. And honestly, I didn't think nothing about them until, several months ago when the Cornwell distributor stopped by the garage where I work at and said, hey, You all ought to try these. I was like, okay. So about that time, I was fed up with the Braun light from Harbor Freight, and I said, yeah, okay, I'll try this one first. Haven't regretted it. And that's the thing. I used to sell a lot of car parts, and I've told people plenty of times, you can spend your money or you can invest your money. And when you spend your money, it's like, you buy. It's like that Braun light. Sure, it's all right for a while. I spent my money. I've got some use out of it. I'm not really mad about it. But here's the thing: I spent a little bit more. I got a way better light. This is investing because this light I will probably be able to use for years and years and years and years. Okay. Now, you know, when I got started mechanicking. We had the old lights on the cord. Okay. Yeah. They extended the cord that plugged into the wall. That's what we started with. And those things, they had the incandescent bulbs. They generated a ton of heat, and in the wintertime they wasn't too bad. But they always had that cord you were dragging around with you everywhere, and they weren't the greatest. So you know, march of the march of progress. But you know, just want to give you something to think about. When you are out there doing your shopping, you may want to go to Cornwell's website and have a look see. Yeah, I know some of their stuff is expensive, but it's like this. Would you rather buy it one time? Or would you rather go back and have it made up multiple times? Me, I'm much more about the buy it one time. If I have to have it made up, they will. But I know most likely they probably won't have to. All right. Thank you very much. God bless. Have a great one. And Happy New Year.